My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is October 17th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking a bit sluggish, a bit gassed. All right, so I'm zoomed out. We're on the 12-hour time frame. And I'd like to say that today I basically want to share with you where I think Bitcoin is going in the immediate short term and in the medium short term. I've thought about this a lot. I've gone back to the drawing board in a lot of ways, done a little bit of research on a few things. And so stay tuned if you want to see or hear about my predictions, what I'm trading, because I'm basically trading this, right? When I'm giving you technical analysis, I'm not just using this as a thing just to say, oh, I think Bitcoin's going here and there. I'm actually putting money behind this. So yeah, stay tuned till the end. I'm going to share all of this. Okay, first things first. I've changed the Elliott wave count out of this breakout. Remember, we had this breakout of this descending wedge. It's not that steep of a descending wedge, but we did have a descending wedge. It was essentially our Wyckoff accumulation zone. You could also draw it as a wedge pattern. We had a breakout of it, and this channel that you see in teal, I've changed the count a few times. At first I had I don't remember what the first wave count was, to be honest with you. I can't even keep up at this point. I think I've changed it twice. So this is the third iteration. But I think that, however, so moving forward, what I'm going to do for impulses, for longer term impulses, so and this would constitute a longer time frame impulse where you have, something like, well, this is just 18 days. 17, 18 days. Okay. For impulses from now on moving forward, I'm going to try to track them on a larger time frame. 1, 2, I'm going to try to channel them. Why? Because it actually doesn't matter so much because I've been trading this impulse and I've been trading it quite successfully, as I've shared with you, not in necessarily Bitcoin, but in other coins. But still, I'm not exactly sure what the larger macro count is, yet I can track like the smaller movements within, and that's consistent with my trading theory. I don't want to be exposed for too long, so it's not a scalp per se. It's kind of like a medium term scalp, or it's anything between a swing and a scalp. Okay, I'm not being exposed for weeks at a time, maybe days at a time at most. But I'll trade, Elliott waves on smaller time frames. But it really, really hurts not knowing when a 5-wave impulse is done. Okay. And if you think that after one of these impulses, 5-wave impulses, you're going to get your larger ABC correction, then you can go into a short prematurely, and which is what I did up here, right? I went into a short prematurely. I shared this last video that I got stopped out, and I didn't like that. So I'm going to start channeling these. And one thing you can see is that, and this is something I shared before, long-term subscribers will know that the 21 exponential moving average is a good measure or a good indicator of a bullish trend. And so as long as the price is riding that 21 exponential moving average, you should be going up. Okay. And so when you're channeling this impulse and you see that it's being supported by the 21 exponential moving average, you're fine for continued upwards action. And so you should count based off of that, based off of the knowledge that, okay, until you break this bottom boundary of the channel, and then subsequently, go below the 21 exponential moving average on a larger time frame, and I'm going to use the 12-hour time frame, just because I like the 12-hour time frame. Then, you're still in that uptrend. So right now, Bitcoin's still in that uptrend, even though it's pretty much vertical and looks like it's going to be out of steam. I'm assuming that once we hit this five wave and complete it, that we're going to have our larger ABC correction of this larger impulse. But that's just an assumption. I'm not going to trade it until I get the confirmation that we do indeed break out of it. Okay, so that's basically my update on how I'm going to count waves moving forward and how I'm going to treat this trade. Okay, so here's where I see it going. I do believe that we are going to break this trend imminently. Okay, let's go into a smaller time frame and look more carefully at what we've got here. So we've got a descending wedge again, and you get descending wedges usually in the fourth wave. You don't get them in the second wave. And this is a complex correction, right? And so of this, in this fifth wave, or in this last wave, in this fifth wave, which is not complete, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. It's complex. 2 was relatively simple. You get your descending wedge, and we know that those break bullish, and actually you can count within this descending wedge a clear ABC pattern, right? You got the third wave ending here, and the correction begins. A, B, C. And that's when the correction ends. And this is when the impulse starts, in my estimation. And you can actually count the waves here. You can go smaller time frames if you like to count the sub waves. Here you have 1, 2, 3. You have 1, 2, 3. So you have a 3, 3, and then you have a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's basically a flat correction, and that works because you see that C is probably at 100 or 123.6 of A. You want to confirm that. So A goes from there to there. Let's see. A goes from, A goes from here. From the top of 3, obviously. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the top of 3. A starts at the top of 3. Then it goes B, right? And then C. So you see that. C is ending at 123, 1236. That's consistent with the flat correction. So that's the end of the correction right there. Okay. So this is the beginning of the impulse up to 5. We've started already the fifth wave, the last wave. If this is 3, this is 4. Your complex fourth correction. Would this be simple? Let's see. Yeah, I would say that this is simple and 2 is complex. Okay, in any case, this is the end of 4. And it's in a wedge pattern. And now you're getting, actually, interestingly enough, a diagonal. So right when we're finished, that correction, 5 starts off with a leading diagonal. Okay, so that's what it's called, and you usually get that. That's indicates a trend, and you only get diagonals in the 1 wave, the 5 wave, and the B wave. I believe the B wave. But usually the 1 wave and the 5 wave, you see diagonals. Don't quote me on the B wave, but I believe you also get diagonals in the B wave. Okay, so you have, let's see if we can count this out. It's clearly an impulse from here to there, and then a correction there. That's the end of the one wave. This is the two wave. We're counting now waves in this fifth wave, okay? So we're getting particular here. Let's turn the magnet on really quickly. It's 1, 2, and so now this is the third wave. Probably going to go the distance of this inverse head and shoulders, which is targeted to about here. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay. 1, 2, 3 is going to end up right around here. 4 is probably going to retest right there. And then you see this larger diagonal for our fifth wave. Hope everybody sees that. Let's change the color, just not to confuse anybody. Let's see, no, a little lighter. I like the powdery tones. All right, so this is what I'm seeing in the short term for Bitcoin, right? And it's basically kind of trudging up there, right? So we've got our leading diagonal. Let me turn the magnet off. We've got our leading diagonal one wave, okay? And this, usually you get a leading, and look this up, please, because this is the best way to learn. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I'm not going completely in depth as to the different concepts that I'm discussing or mentioning. So look this up. Leading diagonals you usually see in the first wave and the fifth wave, and I believe in the B wave. They indicate a change of trend, and they're usually counted, I believe, in 3 waves. 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, I believe that's the count for this leading diagonal one wave that you're getting in the fifth. So the fifth wave, that's the first subwave. That's the second subwave, A, B, C correction. Now you're getting an 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to get an extended fifth, which is going to be the distance of this inverse head and shoulders, right? Gonna come around here, okay? Well, I'd say a little bit above, make a higher high right here, okay? So you're going to get 62.5, something like that. It's going to retest this bed of support here on the fourth wave. And then you're going to get this W that you're going to have an extended fifth wave on with the target that meets our inverse 1618 Fibonacci. Do you see that? So this is how you're getting your fifth wave. It's going to take a bit of time. Like Bitcoin is pretty much out of steam. It's vertical. It's, people, as much as they're yelling that, they're bullish and we're going to the moon, there are not that many buyers right now. And if you look at the volume profile, it's pretty low. And it's not just because we're on the weekend. It's just people are like, ooh, this looks a little toppish. And they're absolutely correct. Now let's corroborate all of this again with, so we use pattern analysis to get to that target, right? Projected patterns. Now let's take the inverse 1618 of the fourth wave. So we take the top of the 3 to the bottom of the 4 at that C, right? And boom, that's how you get 64,984. And that may literally be kissing the all-time high, which may be 64.8, 64.9, something thereabouts. But I think we'll break all-time high with a turnaround ABC. Okay, so remember how you change direction. You can't just up and turn around. There's going to be an A wave from here, a B wave. Usually that goes higher. These expanded B waves are common. Actually, they're actually one of the most common flat patterns I learned recently. The running ABC correction is one of the rarest, but the expanded or irregular flat correction is one of the most common. So you'll get an ABC. So I think we'll break all-time high. We'll go into 65K with this B wave right there on that mini correction of this last sub fifth wave. Okay. So let's zoom out a little bit. And what we're going to get is a quick A wave back to the 4 region. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. So once we hit that 5th wave, we get our ABC. I'm most likely, if things play out, going to enter a short here for a good 18, 19%. Remember, I haven't been talking about alts for a reason. I've been seeing that we've been topped out, that we've been in need of a correction for some time, right? If you're subscribed to the channel, I've been calling for this actually here incorrectly, but still, it's coming in my estimation. So I haven't been talking about alts because if Bitcoin falls 18%, your favorite alt is going to fall 30%, 40%, right? So that's what I'm seeing. We're going to go down to this 4th wave, which is at like 54, 55. Yeah, about 55, a little bit under 55 for the first A wave, okay? And the A wave in a flat is going to be 3 waves down. So 1, 2, 3. I think this is going to come quickly because we're so vertical, okay? And in terms of momentum, go back to the larger time frames. We're going to be topping out on the RSI. Right now we're at comfortable 66, but we're going to get higher once we make that 5th wave, that ending 5th wave, okay? And so what I'm seeing is we're going to hit that A wave around the 4th wave, which is consistent. Then we're going to get a B wave, okay, which is going to take us to almost 70K. And I'm seeing this because I think we're going to get, again, an expanded flat or a regular flat, which takes us to 1236 or 1618 of the A wave. So I think we're at least going to 69K or even as high as 73.7 on this B wave, okay? And finally, the C wave is going to take us, let's zoom out again. The C wave is going to take us 1618, inverse 1618 of this B wave, okay? And it's going to be around, oops, sorry about that. Let's pull that again. Around 44, 45K. I know that sounds crazy, but once we hit 44, 45, it's going to be hard to even track the price because it's just going to freaking run. Essentially, what I'm calling for is a retest of this breakout. Sorry, one sec. All right. I'm calling, let's get rid of this. Wait. I'm calling for a retest of this breakout, and the longer we take to retest, the lower it gets, okay? But yeah, 40 in the 40s, in the mid to high 40s right now is what I'm seeing. I know a lot of you, that may disappoint you, but again, this is all an opportunity. I wouldn't see it like, oh, you don't believe in Bitcoin. No, I completely believe in Bitcoin. I completely believe in this space. I'm just looking at the charts, and yes, I've been wrong, but I feel like this is what's playing out on the charts. It's highly unlikely, in my estimation, that we just continue going up. We have no steam. There are no buyers, okay? And this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to trade. This is 18%. That's an opportunity to trade. If that's 18%, that must be 20+%. And that is a great opportunity to trade. Let's say you don't short. You don't have to short, open up a futures contract to short. You can just buy more. If you really believe in it and you think that it's going to go to 100K, then wait, sell here or thereabouts and buy more, right? So that's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeing from the market. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. Last thing I'll say is that our B wave did get invalidated. Anytime the B wave exceeds 1618 is invalidated, and it just becomes part of the previous impulse.